All right, viewer, this will be a message for the new moon in Leo on July 24th. Such beautiful energy. Leo season brings so much energy of the heart, so much energy around heart healing, and new moons are all about setting these intentions. And so it feels like a very supportive new moon around clearing energies in the heart space and connecting deeper to love, to self-love, to love of others, connecting to our heart. And we do have this new moon conjuncting and working with Mercury retrograde in Leo. And it's interesting because obviously there is some advice and guidance of using this new moon and Mercury retrograde not to repeat cycles from the past, but actually to utilize the reflection energy of Mercury retrograde in Leo. It's almost the way they show it to me is like taking a locket. It's like a key into the heart. We're uncovering something. We're rediscovering something. We're going back in time. It's very nostalgic. So it almost feels like a second chance. It feels like setting the intention of going back to that inner child place, that part of you that lives and resides in the heart. And going back and connecting there in terms of the intentions we're setting. How do we go deeper into the heart? How do we create new energy that is going to feed the heart space going forward? And so it's really beautiful energy to work with. Now, I also was called to pull some archetype cards to just meditate on before the reading. And it's very interesting because you get the crone, which is a feminine archetype in the trinity of maiden, mother, crone. And you also got the maiden. So it's very interesting how these two archetypes are working together. Very feminine energy coming in here. And, you know, it's so interesting because with the maiden and the crone, it feels like for some of you, literally, you could be getting advice from, you know, an elder here or seeking advice from an elder. This could be even if there's elders or energies in spirit, ancestral energy coming in to guide you or again, younger part of you. A younger feminine aspect of you that is connected to sensuality. I mean, the maiden archetype is the princess archetype. It's the vibrant, energetic, sensual energy that wants to explore, that could get herself into trouble, right? A little naive, learns lessons, maybe the hard way. And the crone has gone through all the lessons. She knows the depth of transformation. She's been through it all and can in some ways be jaded, be isolated. And so it's almost like if you put these two in a room at first, especially if they're in their shadow, they may have a hard time connecting. They may have a hard time seeing each other. The mother being almost the connector of the two, which isn't here. And so they could have a hard time learning from each other. But what I'm getting is that there's something about these two aspects, and on the bottom of the deck of self, these two aspects of self that you may be connecting with. There's a lesson, like both of these archetypes could teach the other something. It's almost like they're being asked to, like, I'm kind of getting, this is very interesting. I'm getting like Freaky Friday, like that movie where they switch places for a day. You know, the maiden re-energizing the crone, 333. Empress energy, to remember what it's like to even learn lessons and experience energy directly versus the maiden learning to hone in on her wisdom, really to even sit in isolation. So it feels like there's a lesson here, and the maiden in connected to the moon cycle is the beginning of the moon, the waxing moon, right? There's so much potential, and the crone is the waning moon, right? So it's interesting because I feel like this particular moon cycle is going to actually uncover a very particular lesson learned here, a particular gem, this little seed here with this crow. There's a message. And so I feel you working with these two archetypes to potentially open up. I'm feeling more of this sensual place, this heart space where even the mother resides, that compassionate energy. So it's very interesting. There could be something very strong about the feminine line here that is coming up in this moon cycle. So it's very interesting here. And, you know, both archetypes in their light are very psychic, are very intuitive, but they almost come at it from a different perspective. This is very magical and almost connects to magic with naivety, with openness, wanting to explore. And the crone connects to her abilities through almost, 13, right? Scorpio energy, death card energy. Having been there, done that, have gone to all the depths, all the shadows, has learned lessons. And so, it's very Anima Mundi, accept all, reject none, is very aware, but again, sometimes jaded. So that's why I think there's something, it's like, put them in a room or make them switch for a day. So there's something like that, Chariot energy. So balance. Maybe even balancing the aspects of ourselves, these two aspects of ourselves here. But here's that, again, fourth house energy, Cancer energy, the mother archetype here coming in to almost save the day. So beautiful energy, moon energy coming out strong. It feels like, again, the Chariot is a very fast moving energy. So it feels like we actually may like start something and end something, like really get almost like instant gratification of a lesson or an energy. So whatever intention you're setting, I actually feel like this coming around very quickly. Like immediate feedback is what I'm getting, or really very much so possibly the next 2 to 4 weeks. Very strongly being able to like reap what you're sowing from this new moon. So it's very powerful. We have the 8/8 portal in Leo season that could be very powerful as well. All right, let's see what else. 9 of Swords, the Sun. Judgment and Justice on the bottom of the deck. Wow, and the World. This is some really strong energy of completing some major cycles here. And see how so interesting this Justice comes in, almost holding the same like medallion here. It feels even something about earning something. It feels almost like an award. Like I'm seeing like people on an Olympic, like those pedestals, So when you actually win something, when you actually place. So there's something about like, it's very interesting. It has a vibe of like what you're doing something for. It's receiving some level of achievement or recognition of something. We could be even trying to seek or healing something around seeking recognition, feeling like we've earned something, or wanting to be acknowledged for something. So it feels like that's coming in. It feels like you're going to feel, again, like some sort of acknowledgement, or that is something that we're repairing here. For some, you could have felt like, very specific message, but if any of you are working through like a mother wound with abandonment, maybe you were even raised by someone, like a grandmother more primarily, there was almost like there's a missing link. There's a missing link that we're trying to like fill the gap. We're trying to fill something in, understand where an energy has come from, or again, feel acknowledged from somebody. It's like we didn't get the validation. In a shadow type of energy, it almost feels like we had something held over our head for some of you. Like, always moving the mark, it's like you think you achieved something and then, oh no, there's still more, like never quite feeling complete or validated. I feel like there's something coming in with that for some of you. Now, 9 of Swords is very interesting because this 9 of Swords, obviously it's fear, but this one has a sense of letting go of fear. It actually feels like you may be feeling very complete and at peace, closing something off here, but other energies are having a hard time with it. Other energies are having a hard time with you not almost mirroring back that fear. Because with this Sun, it feels like freedom and it feels like liberation. Here's that Leo energy. We're actually moving on. We're actually maybe even moving away or clearing or liberating ourselves from energies that may be keeping us stuck. Especially if there was even some, I'm kind of getting like some guilt. And it feels like you're not letting others' fears impact you anymore. With the Sun, this could have something to do very much with child, because we have child here with the Sun. So there is this freedom, there is this liberation, there is this going your own way regardless of what other energies have to say. This could also even feel like if there was a possessive energy, even like energies that kind of held on very tight just because they were anxious when you were young. So take it how it resonates for you, but that feels like, no, I have to go and individuate. I have to find myself. This has a sense of going to find yourself, finding yourself here. All right, show me more. Your message, Spirit. Yeah, Six of Cups. This absolutely could have something to do with childhood here. Six of Cups and a little bit of that retrograde energy. And look how interesting. There's that crow up here and there's this crow up here. So there's something that this new moon of this retrograde can help you seek here. I feel like there's been an ancestor that's been here all the time. And they're really watching you here. There's a helpful energy, or they're pointing to some way that you've helped people always. You've always helped people. For some, you could have felt very maybe parentified as a child. And like always having to give, or like not really feeling like you could have had the time to even feel that child energy. It feels like there's something about that. There's something to release there. But there's this energy that's always been around. 1111 was on the clock here. That's always been around. 8 of coins on the bottom. Something you've been working hard on, but it feels difficult with this 8 of Pentacles. Show me more. Yeah, 5 of Swords. There's some conflict here. There's some conflict with an energy that almost even looks like this crone energy. It's like this energy that's always watching, that's always lingering. Always lingering here. Even making you feel not good enough. That could have caused quite a lot of anxiety, or quite a lot of even either imposter syndrome or fear of, again, feeling into what truly brings you joy here. But there, again, is a liberation. This feels like this could be an ancestral burden. Yeah, 10 of Pentacles. Judgment on the bottom. This could be something in your ancestor line. Again, on possibly the mother line here. The feminine line that has been almost held over you. Let me see a little bit more of this 5 of Swords energy. It feels like a powerful release. 4 of Coins. Yeah, there's something to release here. And see more of this bird energy. It feels very possessive. And it makes you feel like you can't escape, almost like you have to hide maybe an aspect of yourself, a part of yourself here, maybe even a part of your sensuality. It has this energy of, I've learned lessons the hard way. I don't want you to repeat the same lessons as me. So we might have held ourselves back in a way from some parts of us or some aspects of ourselves that we feel truly called to, that we feel truly connected to, that would bring us true joy in the heart space. So it almost makes me feel like, again, I don't want you to repeat the same patterns. This could have something to do with children even as well. Like maybe some of you, very like a specific message, but like the example that's coming through is someone who had you very young, let's say. And there's been this energy of like, I don't want you to make the same mistakes is how I'm feeling. But in some way it's held you back. And I feel like as a child, for some of you, you've distorted this energy a bit. You've made it about you, and it's not about you. It's not about you in that sense. It's about this other energy. Maybe not even being able to experience some aspects that they want to. There could be some jealousy here as well. 9 of Pentacles. Feeling very capable of being independent and very confident. This could be about self-worth and confidence here. Not being afraid to really own what it is that you're creating. Own your energy. Show me one more here. Show me some advice, and then I will extend this reading. Temperance and the 4 of Wands. Wow, what beautiful Justice again here. What beautiful energy of balance and celebration. So you're being very much asked to take some time to balance out your energy and let this energy transmute. But this Four of Wands feels like actually a togetherness here. And for some of you, something very long-term stability here is what I'm getting, is what you're calling in and what is ahead for you here, especially with this Justice card energy and the Hierophant, which is long-term commitment here. So I will extend this reading. I'm sending all so much love and so many blessings under this new moon.